You are here with me right now because as the person tasked with attracting and hiring quality employees at your facility, you're constantly frustrated when the people you hire just don't pan out. You know that the quality of care your residents receive is a direct result of the quality of your staff. You're tired of good people leaving. You don't want to explain to your board of directors again why you are understaffed and why you can't seem to attract and retain good people. Am I doing something wrong, you keep asking yourself? What am I missing? Hello, my name is Marvin Kane and I'm the creator of the AttractRite system. I've spent over 25 years developing websites that attract the right people, and during that time I've made every mistake you can make. Now I want you to benefit from what I've learned. But here's the problem. As things stand now, your website is falling short of its true marketing potential. In this presentation, I'm going to share with you why that is the truth and show you the 5 critical steps you need to turn your website into a magnet for attracting the best people. Frankly, I'm not asking you to believe anything just yet about fine-tuning your website or about attracting better employees. All I am suggesting is that you keep an open mind while I show you how to transform your website into the effective recruiting tool it can be. Now, before we move forward, I want to make sure that I don't waste your time, so let's discuss who this presentation is for and who it is not for. First and most important, this presentation is for hiring managers, HR professionals, administrators, and anyone who is tasked with hiring staff at assisted living facilities, nursing homes, and residential care homes. So, why have I decided to focus on this problem? Because I have a personal stake in it. My wife is the administrator of a rest home, and along with her other duties, she is responsible for finding, hiring, and keeping good people. I've heard and experienced firsthand the frustration of persistent staff turnover, and I've seen the emotional toll it can take on hiring managers. If you've experienced the same frustration, and let's face it, you wouldn't be here if you haven't, then this presentation is for you. I want to be clear about who this presentation is not for, but before continuing, let's pause for a quick bird's eye view of the research around employee motivation. Studies show that it's not about the money. There are many ways to motivate employees besides money. In fact, the majority of workers polled rated meaningful work ahead of salary as a key factor in being happy in their jobs. Employees want to feel that their work is important. They want to know what they do contributes to the success of the company's mission. This makes perfect sense. Don't we all want to be part of something bigger than ourselves? That means that each and every member of your staff needs to know what the mission is and needs to buy into it. More on that later. How you find the employees that value what your organization values matters. I'll be blunt, this is not for everyone. You see, the program I'm going to teach you requires commitment. If you want to ease the pain of hiring the wrong people, you must be willing to put in the time, thought, discussion, and work. If you're not willing to collaborate, this presentation is definitely not for you. However, if you are disciplined and patient and willing to work with me to implement the steps I am going to show you, then stay around for the rest of this presentation and your needs will definitely be fulfilled. In the next 35 minutes or so, you will know how to achieve page 1 placement for relevant searches on Google and other search engines. Let's face it, it doesn't matter how effective your website is if the people you want to attract can't find it. That's why addressing your employee turnover problem starts here. You will also know how to leverage the stellar reputation you've worked hard to achieve by earning positive online reviews and links from authoritative websites, and how to avoid technical problems that make it difficult for Google to properly catalog all the pages on your website. You will also know how to optimize your website's content to deliver the right message to your target audience. And finally, you will learn the system that will turn your website into the dynamic marketing platform it was meant to be, not just now, but into the future. I'm going to show you the only things you need to do to attract the quality employees you are looking for and to have those candidates say, I want to work here. You are going to get the exact steps I've learned over the years about turning websites into effective marketing tools that speak to and attract the right people. Over a 20-year career in web development, online marketing, and search engine optimization, I've helped more companies achieve their goals than I can remember. My clients have embraced the techniques I've taught them and gone on to enjoy the success that had previously eluded them. Including my own company, I've helped businesses across a wide range of industry sectors get unstuck and turn website visitors into clients, patients, customers, and in the case of facilities like yours, happy residents and committed employees. The truth is that I'm at a point in my life where I want to take my success and what I've learned and teach, guide, and help organizations turn their websites into powerful marketing platforms. When we are done here today, you are going to see how it's absolutely possible for you to turn this promise into action. So, let me ask you this. Does this sound familiar to you? We're just not getting the quality resumes we're looking for. Either the applicants don't have relevant experience or their skill set doesn't match the position we're looking to fill. You're simply not getting enough quality candidates to choose from, or you feel you hired the right person, but they left after a week on the job. Do these words from some of my clients sound familiar to you? He turned out to be nothing like the person he claimed to be during the interview. Or what about this one? From the questions he asked, it seemed like he didn't even read the job description. Or this one. She was more interested in talking about lunch breaks than the job responsibilities. And then there's the complaint I hear all the time. We're just not attracting the right people. That's what Sarah said before we started working together. After our initial meeting, it was clear that Sarah had a few problems. You see, she had multiple application forms on her website, but not enough people filling them out. And those that weren't the type of people she was looking for. Clearly, we needed to work on attracting better quality applicants. Working together, we determined that she wasn't targeting the people she wanted to reach. After applying some of the techniques I taught her, we increased traffic to her site by 15% and the number of quality applications by a similar number. Today, Sarah's business is thriving and she's no longer wasting time sifting through unqualified applicants. Would you like to see the same kind of results? I'm betting you would because, well, you're here. Let me walk you through what my clients have called the secret sauce of successful hiring that will get you past the nagging frustration of attracting the wrong applicants and get you unstuck. If you speak to hiring managers in your industry who have had success attracting and retaining the best people, they will tell you it isn't luck, happenstance, or anything other than commitment to a system. That's right, a system that drives success. The best companies have systems for creating products or services, marketing and making sales, and in your case, identifying and attracting the best candidates. It's not luck, and it's certainly not secret sauce. With the AttractRite system, you will develop a success-oriented hiring mindset so you can take on the challenge of screening, finding, and hiring the best people. The fact is that most hiring managers believe that high employee turnover is just a fact of life they must learn to live with. This is simply not true. You will learn the system that will attract the people you want and will transform the hiring process into a consistently rewarding experience. And you will have support from a team that understands how challenging finding the right people can be. And when you follow the system, you will have the support of a team that knows the system works and will help you to stick to it. Most importantly, I will guide you. As an experienced web developer, content provider, digital marketer, and consultant, I will guide you through the process of optimizing your website so that it attracts the people you are looking for. And instead of dreading the process of hiring, you can get excited and energized about having a system that will turn your frustration into satisfaction. Before we go on, let me just share a bit about myself. You'll receive guidance directly from me. Now, while I can't claim to have invented the internet, I can say I was there from the beginning. From the early 90s to the present, I've experienced the evolution of the internet from a cultural curiosity to the full-blown marketing and communication platform it is today. Like the commercial says, I know a thing or two because I've seen a thing or two. The truth is, I'm not particularly special. What I do have is the experience of creating websites that get found and deliver the right message to the right people, along with a fervent desire to share this knowledge with you. Here's the shocking truth. Despite the constant murmurs and whispers predicting its demise, SEO is more important than ever. In fact, a recent survey of 500 businesses and nonprofits conducted by Small Business Trends revealed that 98% of respondents believe that getting found on Google is important. That's great news. But the bad news is that 45% of those same respondents had little understanding of what SEO means, had unrealistic expectations, and little knowledge of how it all works. It doesn't have to be that way. Why? Let's take a look at some of the common themes and myths around SEO that keep so many organizations from using it to achieve their marketing goals. So here are some of the common themes, frankly myths, that can steer you down the wrong SEO path. Our target market already knows who we are. No, they don't, not really. Other than knowing you exist, what do they really know about you? There's a reason why 93% of online experiences begin with a search engine. They're designed to save you time by delivering the most relevant results. But there's more to SEO than just being discovered. It's also about establishing credibility, expertise, and social authority. If you already appear at the top of page 1 for searches related to your brand name, that's great. But what about the other results on page 1? How do they communicate your brand? Are they trustworthy sources? Do they align with your messaging? In our industry, decision-making is a lengthy process and includes numerous stakeholders. How is SEO relevant? Well, SEO is even more important when multiple stakeholders are involved. The key is to understand the decision process for the candidates you're trying to attract. Once you've done that, you'll know exactly what information they need, and you can tailor your content accordingly. Now, these findings will inform your keyword list and wider content strategy as well. Each applicant is likely to have different needs and priorities. Your challenge will be to demonstrate that working at your facility satisfies as many of those needs as possible. We're already ranking in Google. Well, that's great, but for which keywords? Are they aligned with your mission? Do they target the right people, the people you want to attract? What do your keywords say about your organization or facility? Changes come too quickly. Well, yes, SEO does change quickly, but that's not a bad thing and shouldn't discourage you from crafting and executing a sound SEO strategy. Why? Because Google's changes are all geared to improving the quality of websites, your website. As long as your content is relevant and provides users what they are looking for, you will never have to worry about Google's frequent algorithm changes. It takes too long to bring results. Well, improving search results is a marathon, not a sprint. According to findings released by the Worldwide Web Size Project, the number of web pages indexed in Google is at least 4.45 billion. So while it's true that search engines take some time to initially rank a website toward the top, once the site is there, it can stay there with a reasonable amount of maintenance. It's too technical. Well, there are technical aspects to SEO, but it actually requires more marketing knowledge than technical. Understanding keywords, writing compelling content, and establishing yourself as an expert in your field will do more to push your website to the top of Google's rankings than any technical improvements. SEO requires changes to my website. The goal of SEO is to make sure your site can be found by those searching for a business or organization that does what you do, and not only be found, but be found as high on page 1 of search results as possible. If an analysis of your site uncovers issues that are preventing it from ranking well, then yes, changes will need to be made to your website. SEO is unpredictable. Actually, no, it's not. In fact, it's very predictable. Having worked in the field for years, I can tell you that the changes I've seen have all been geared toward encouraging site owners to produce the highest quality website possible. If your website delivers on its promise to give users what they came to your site looking for, then you can reasonably predict good long-term results. Jim Collins has spent a lifetime studying great companies and writing books about his findings. He knows a thing or two about hiring the right people. Get the right people on the bus and the wrong people off the bus is a simple and powerful affirmation. I agree with Jim. Everyone on board needs to be excited about where the bus is headed. An organization, your organization, will have a better chance at long-term success if everyone on the bus wants to be there and is excited about the journey. Now, here are the 5 steps that you absolutely need to ensure your website optimization journey starts on the right foot. These exact 5 steps form the framework you need to transform your website into a powerful marketing platform that will attract the candidates you're looking for. The AttractRite 5-step process takes you step by step, beginning with meaningful mentions. How to ensure that your organization is listed correctly on relevant online directories. Virtual validation, how to get and publish reputation-enhancing reviews. Performing pages, how to ensure that your web pages are technically sound and don't present any roadblocks to Google's indexing, wise words, how to create content that delivers the right message to the right people, confident connectivity, how to get reputable, trustworthy websites to connect to you. Now let's take each AttractRite component one at a time. Whether you know it or not, your organization is listed or mentioned in multiple places on the internet. There are dozens of online directories and databases, many of them industry specific, whose sole purpose is to list businesses and organizations so that people searching for a business in your industry category will have a better chance of finding you. That's a good thing, right? Not necessarily. You see, here's the rub. If your contact information or mission statement or organization description is wrong or inaccurate, in other words, if it's not meaningful, search engines won't know which listing is correct, and your rankings may suffer. But most importantly, your website will be lost among the billions of pages in Google's index. To give your website the best chance of being found, there are 4 meaningful mention moves you must make. First, you must review your online listings to see where the inaccuracies are and to establish a benchmark. Second, you need to claim your listings. When you find your business listing on any of the directory sites, you will see a message something like, "Is this your business?" or "Claim your business." This is very important. Why? Because third, once you've verified that you are the owner of the business or are authorized by the owner to manage the listing, you'll be able to correct any wrong information. And finally, you must understand that not all online mentions are equal. An assisted living facility, rest home, or a nursing home, for example, won't benefit from being listed in a directory that caters to the pet supply business. Now, when it comes to online mentions, make it meaningful. Modern technology offers us new and better ways to do things we've always done. And one of the things we've always done before making any kind of buying decision is rely on the experience of others who have used the services we are considering. Today, this process has gone virtual and it's gone big. We are no longer confined to the recommendations of people we know personally. We can now see what thousands of people think about the product or service we are considering. According to a survey by Bright Local, 88% of consumers trust online reviews as much as a personal recommendation. The same survey found that only 12% of the population did not regularly read reviews for consumer products and services. This presents you with a huge opportunity. The reality is this: reviews are vitally important, not only for those considering sending a loved one to your facility, but for those considering working there as well. Your reputation is everything, and to ensure you establish and maintain it, there are 4 virtual validation moves you need to make. First, you need to begin accumulating online reviews. Second, most people will say sure when you ask them to leave a review. That doesn't mean they will actually do it. This is neither good nor bad, it's just human nature. That's why you have to make it as easy as possible for them. Third, people have different review sites they are comfortable with. For some, it's Facebook. For others, it might be Yelp or Google. Having your reviews spread out over multiple review sites is a good thing. Encourage people to leave them where they feel the most comfortable. Fourth, follow-up is crucial. This is where most organizations fail. What do you do when someone agrees to write a review and doesn't do it? Do you remind them? If so, how do you do that? After all, nobody wants to bug people, right? Yes, there is work involved here, and like many things, there is a right way and a wrong way to do this. Using the virtual validation system, I will guide you through the process so you won't lose patience and crash and burn. It's possible to go the entire life of your car without ever looking under the hood. Yet, when your car's performance is sluggish and you've exhausted all the possibilities you can think of, what do? You look under the hood, realize you don't know what you're looking at, and bring the car to someone who does. Web pages are like that. There's a myriad of technical, that is to say, under-the-hood considerations that affect the performance of web pages. And importantly, web pages that perform poorly result in a negative user experience, which ultimately leads to a downgrading in search results. One of my clients was at the end of her rope trying to understand why her rankings were dropping. Her content was well written and highly targeted. She had plenty of online reviews, and her website was visually appealing. Using the diagnostic tools in the Performing Pages toolbox, I discovered a bunch of technical problems that were preventing Google from crawling and indexing all the pages on her site. Here are the 5 performing pages elements you must get right. 1. Your website must be optimized for display on mobile devices. 2. Your pages must load quickly. 3. You must provide Google with a sitemap. 4. You must make sure your pages are secure. And 5. You must correctly configure your site's metadata. Now let's drill down on each of these. We live in a mobile world. Statistics tell us that more people access the internet using their mobile devices than their desktop computers. Accordingly, sites that are still not mobile optimized will suffer a Google penalty and a loss of rank. And that's not all. Google has made it official that they now use the mobile version of your website when indexing your site's pages. Mobile optimization is no longer an option, it's a necessity. Is your site optimized for mobile display? We live in an impatient world. Now, Google has confirmed that site speed is one of the signals used by its algorithm to rank pages. Additionally, slow page speed means that search engines may not be able to crawl all of your pages using their allocated crawl budget, which in turn could negatively affect your indexation. That's not all. Slow loading pages adversely affect user experience. Pages with a longer load time tend to have higher bounce rates and lower average time on page. Longer load times have also been shown to negatively affect conversions. Submitting a sitemap helps Google do it faster and more accurately because the sitemap acts as a roadmap that helps Google find all your important pages. And it also lets Google know there's new content to crawl and index. Securing your website is no longer an option. Google has acknowledged that its Chrome browser will display a not secure message for all sites with an open or unsecured connection. The other major browsers have pledged to do the same. Now, aside from the obvious danger of hackers intercepting data sent over an insecure connection, the warning message will likely drive users away and possibly into the arms of your competitors. I will guide you through the process of securing your connection so your visitors never see the disturbing warning message. Metadata is coded information inserted on every page of a website that gives Google vital information about the subject and intent of the page. The most important elements of metadata are the title tag and the description tag. The title tag tells Google what the page is about and should be unique to every page. This piece of code is inserted in the top left corner of the page, not visible to users, and is the first thing that Google sees when crawling the page. The description tag is the information snippet that shows up under the title on Google's results page. It's the perfect opportunity for compelling marketing content that will encourage users to click to your website. The bad news is that these tags are often configured incorrectly, making it harder for Google to understand what your website is about. The good news is the Performing Pages process will teach you how to properly configure not only the metadata, but all the under-the-hood stuff that you know is there, but never look at. What are you trying to say? Who are you saying it to? How are you saying it? There is no more powerful way to attract the employees you want or the customers or clients you want than using the words most likely to resonate with them. Sadly, so many websites fail because they don't understand this basic principle. There's a process here. If you want to appeal to a certain group, then find out as much as you can about them, what they want, what motivates and excites them, their fears and concerns, then create content that speaks directly to those concerns. People don't care how much you know till they know how much you care. This is the essence of the Wise Words module and why it could be the most important element in the AttractRite system. Backlinks, or links to your site from other sites, is one of the most powerful influence indicators in Google's algorithm. The concept is simple. If a credible, trustworthy site links to your site, Google considers the link a vote of confidence, and some of the linking site's positive equity will transfer to you. That's the good news. The bad news is that you can't control who links to you. Sites of questionable integrity or dubious character, or sites that have nothing to do with your core business, may also be linking to you. Too many links from bad sites and Google will conclude that you live in a bad neighborhood. Now, you can learn the do's and don'ts to link acquisition and try to do this yourself, or you can let me guide you through the confident connectivity process, which will first review your backlinks to determine who is linking to you. Second, research and pursue quality backlink opportunities. And here's a hint. Quality backlinks, the kind that Google values as an indication of how authoritative your site is, have to be earned. Third, Google understands that some bad links are beyond your control and will be forgiving up to a point. The Confident Connectivity module will determine which bad links are harmless and which ones are hurting you. Then we'll take action to ensure they do not negatively impact your Google ranking. And that's the 5-part system that will turn your website into a powerful marketing and recruiting tool. Meaningful mentions, virtual validation, performing pages, wise words, and confident connectivity. I'm thrilled for you that you're still here at this point because it tells me that you really want to put an end to the nagging frustration of hiring the wrong people, and that you believe the AttractRite system outlined in this presentation can help you do that. I promised that we would cover a lot of important and relevant material about optimizing your website so that it targets the right people. So what did we cover? We looked at the common themes and myths that they tell you, and we debunked them. I shared with you that meaningful mentions includes discovering all the places your organization is listed and the importance of claiming those listings so you can correct inaccuracies. And to nurture and manage your online reputation, I showed you how the virtual validation module will show you how to get reviews and where those reviews are most effective. I told you how performing pages can identify and fix all the under-the-hood problems that you can't see that may be sending Google mixed messages. We talked about how wise words can help you use the right words to attract the right people. And finally, I shared with you how Confident Connectivity can guide you through the process of attracting high-quality links from authoritative websites while minimizing the damage caused by bad links. In short, we covered the system that will allow you to get the most out of your website and use it in ways you hadn't thought about before. My hope is that what I have presented to you today has opened your eyes and mind to the reality that you can attract the right people, and I hope the system I gave you serves you well. So what's next for you? There are 3 things you can do right now. 1. Start the process of optimizing your online presence. 2. Use the concepts we discussed in AttractRite. 3. Secure a mentor to guide you through the optimization journey. Okay, so now you have the system, but the question is, will you use it? Many of you will get energized by this webinar and will see your solution come to life. I sincerely hope that you will take all of this, drill down into and execute the steps to create your exceptional online presence. But for many of you, the initial enthusiasm will have worn off by tomorrow morning, and sadly, you will retreat to the safety of old habits. You have a choice to make, and so do I. Your choice is to choose action over inaction, and my choice is to give you an opportunity to talk to me directly and personally. So, what I've done is to set aside some time to speak with you personally about how you can apply the ideas we've been discussing. I can spend 60 minutes speaking with you one-on-one to craft a specific step-by-step game plan to reach your goal of transforming your website into a magnet for attracting the right people. I will block the time off in my calendar for you, and it's on a first-come, first-served basis, and it's 100% free. No euphemisms like saying it's complimentary. The fact is, the session is free. People say, what's the catch? Well, there is no catch. I will tell you this, though. Please don't book a call unless you are very serious about creating your step-by-step plan. You have to be serious about this and about your own success, because here is what we are going to do as well. We are going to give you the plan, and if you are fit for the plan, we are going to make you an offer to have us help you implement the plan. We will mentor you through the next stages, but that's only if it's a fit. Like I said, there's no catch. The 60-minute call is absolutely free. We are looking for a small handful of clients to work with. And if you are a fit, and we really truly believe that we can help you go from where you are now to where you want to be, we will make you an offer. Of course, it's not going to be a free opportunity to work with us beyond this call. The call is definitely free, and there is no obligation. You have nothing to lose by booking the call so that you get your step-by-step plan. And we will make sure that the 60 minutes you spend on the call is the most productive and most impactful 60 minutes you have spent focusing on your business. If you want to go solo, you can go solo. If you want my help, you can have my help. The call is 100% free. Now let me remind you again who this is for. Book the free call if you want help starting your online optimization process. Book the free call if you want to improve your SEO position with a mentor guiding you. And definitely book the call if you are tired of being frustrated because your website is attracting the wrong people. And of course, book the call if you need to add to your digital marketing knowledge. Knowledge that will keep you ahead of the curve. Spaces are extremely limited, so click on the button below and apply for the call. We are going to look at your website as well as your other digital assets and assess where you are. Maybe you're just starting the process, or maybe you have been at it a while and are just not seeing the results you expected. Either way, get on the call and give yourself the best chance to be successful and not let fear, uncertainty, and doubt stop you. Click the button below, book a call, talk to me about your staffing goals, and let's put together the step-by-step plan that will transform your website and erase your doubts. I look forward to meeting you on the call.